we keep rolling on. We have our next presenter, so I'd like to bring on Rosalyn. Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Joe. Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Definitely. So let's bring up your slides here. I'll jump off. Best of luck. I will talk to you in just a little bit here.
Sounds great. Thank you. Well, great. Well, welcome. I'm super excited to be here. Actually for my second Hot Takes. So excited to be here. As Joe mentioned, I'm Rosalyn Santa Elena. I'm currently the founder of a small consulting and coaching business called the Rev Ops Collective. The Rev Ops Collective, I really focus on a few primary pillars, go-to-market strategy and Rev Ops consulting, one-on-one executive coaching and professional development for Rev Ops professionals, and then Rev Ops community building, right, for learning and growth. So I've been a longtime leader in go-to-market and Rev Ops before we called it Rev Ops, right, and before it was cool, I guess. And for the interesting fact we're supposed to say here, I don't think it's really that interesting, but aside from living in Oregon, where I was born, I was actually born in Portland, Oregon, I've really never lived anywhere else outside of the Bay Area, which is where I am now in California. So excited to talk about really what, with all this buzz about Rev Ops, why are you approaching your Rev Ops wrong? So let's get right into it. So when I think about revenue operations, it's really come a very long way, right? Over the last, 5-10 years, and really most recently, I think the last 3 or 4 years, for many reasons, right? The volatility of the market, the ever-changing landscape of driving and retaining revenue, and then that critical need for those deep insights now, right, into what's working, what's not. With all of those needs, I think RevOps is definitely one of the hottest areas, hottest topics. But I still think that many companies are really approaching revenue operations wrong. Right. Over the past 3.5 years, we've done a really good job, I think, of giving the term revenue operations a definition, right? At least in B2B tech, and especially in SaaS, right? So many organizations, they can probably, people in organizations can probably recite a definition, but I think there's still a lack of understanding of really how to build, scale, and grow a RevOps function. Right? Many companies are simply rebranding sales ops or maybe marketing ops and calling it RevOps, right? Or they're taking a leader in one of those roles and simply changing their title to RevOps and saying, poof, now we have RevOps. Leaving that individual, unfortunately, to try to figure out how to do this, right, in a new role. And a lot of times they're still trying to even educate others in the company on what this function is. So I also see a lot of companies, approaching RevOps wrong when they take that siloed approach. Right? They're simply focused on one piece of the funnel. For example, they're focused on the middle, maybe from qualified lead to opportunity close, and then they're ignoring top of funnel, or maybe post sales, or implementation and customer success and renewals, all of these other parts of the funnel. And from my perspective, really the spirit of revenue operations is truly having an end-to-end approach to the entire revenue process, right? From prospect to customer to repeat customer with growth. And along those same lines, I see businesses focus only on data, right? Or only on systems when they think of RevOps. They approach RevOps as a fix for a problem that they have. Oh, we have a data problem. We need RevOps. We have a need for someone to manage our tech stack. So we need RevOps, right? We need better reporting. So let's hire for RevOps, right? Then they hire for that one issue with that one skill set and that one resource. And then they believe, oh, we have RevOps. But then they wonder why they can't do more, right? They wonder why they don't have all of these benefits that everyone seems so excited about when it comes to RevOps. So what are some of those things companies are doing wrong, and why should they even care? So to add to what I've already, mentioned, I think companies invest too late, right? Or too infrequently in RevOps. Aside from, potentially building the revenue infrastructure completely wrong or not building it at all, they end up spending time recreating the wheel each and every time, right? You do it in a very ad hoc way instead of building repeatable structure that really allows for predictability, right? Better expectations and a better ability to scale, right? Having that right infrastructure around, people, process, tech, but also strategy, insights, enablement, right? Having that strong infrastructure allows an organization to be more efficient. They can be more predictable, right? And they're just much more equipped to identify, what's working and what's not, and then how to iterate, right? To ensure those better outcomes. I do think many companies still view and treat RevOps as this back office, support or administrative function, that tactical doer. And that's the team that manages help tickets, right? And supports the revenue team. And yes, we are definitely supporters. We're definitely enablers, I would say, of the revenue team. And there's plenty of tactical things that need to get done from an operational perspective. But the real benefit of RevOps is when they become that valued business partner, right? They're that thought partner. And then you can start to leverage their pulse on the day-to-day operations, right? The data, the insights that are available, and their business acumen, right? As well as their strong understanding of the customer. And then you can be strategic in helping, then that RevOps team and leader can be strategic in helping to really shine a light on, what's happening in the business and then where to lean in, right? And where to focus. But I think what we're seeing is, to be that strong business leader and thought partner, you need to have the right experience, right? You have to have the right knowledge and you need to have the right guidance and support. But I think many companies resource improperly for this function. And that's something definitely doing wrong. Either they hire a leader who has, good experience, but maybe not the depth, right? To really be successful at what they're being asked to do. Or they don't hire enough people to properly resource and support the business. These RevOps teams tend to be very lean. It's not uncommon, right? When you're a startup to be a team of one. But both are really common scenarios where, either you're not hiring a leader with enough experience and being asked to do too much or asking more than they're, have the knowledge to do, or you don't hire enough people. And both of these are really common, right? I see this a lot. And when this happens, it leads to your RevOps team being always underwater, right? They're always reactive instead of being proactive and then able to actually see what's ahead and see around corners, right? We talk about that being one of our superpowers is being able to help the business look around corners, identify blind spots, and kind of see what's happening versus just kind of, what's in front of their face. And I really do see this every day. I mean, I see this with people in my network. I see this with clients that I work with. I mentioned that I do executive coaching of RevOps professionals. And, why is this such a need? Well, because many of these professionals are in these growth roles, which is great, right? For career and learning opportunities, but they're given insufficient staff. They're not giving enough time to do the work. And then they don't have the right guidance to be successful. So yes, they can learn sales or marketing or product from other leaders in the organization, but it's not from that operations lens, right? Or perspective. So what I see is that they end up spending extra cycles just trying to figure things out, right? There's more trial and error. There's more mistakes made, which leads to slowing down the business and then causing frustration and burnout for them, right? Instead of having someone who can, kind of coach and guide them and help them be successful.